Hello everyone, and welcome to this video which is in our Engine Snack series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler, and we're taking a look at the game between Komodo Dragon and Leela Zero TCEC Season 22 Sub-Final Bonus, Game 34. Well, as this Hedgehog meandered on, 131 moves up till now, I had the strangest sense of having seen this before, and certainly with what transpired in the game, that feeling became very, very strong. Which game was I thinking back to? Leela fans, avert your eyes. This was Stockfish against Leela Zero, TCEC Season 21 Superfinal, Game 46. This was also a Hedgehog, and, well, both engines were down to increments by this point. Stockfish, just like Komodo, obviously on top, but not really yet finding a breakthrough. However, at this moment, Leela incautiously had played the knight to d7, and now Stockfish really got going. With some obvious, powerful moves and also some mysterious ones as well. So after g takes h4, Stockfish played rook c1, which is quite an amazing move. Bishop b7, rook h3, another weird, mysterious move. But after bishop c6, Leela was hit by the very unexpected, for Leela, f6 check. And this move actually brings everything that White's done, these mysterious two rook moves, rook c1 and rook h3, together. After knight f6, takes, well, we've half opened the f-file, but we can throw in g takes h4, and now you see the point of rook h3. We're going to have a little rook g3 check. Bishop e7 was played by Leela, and now this amazing break, c5. Obviously, well, the rook on c1, you can't really ignore it, otherwise we're going to get cb or cd, and this bishop's going to be pinned, so b takes c5 was played. Rook g3 check, king f8, now the rook moves over to f1. Leela tried to run with the king, Stockfish came in, and now you saw another couple of points to this move c5. We get bishop d2, threatening bishop takes a5. This move c5, b takes c5 has weakened the protection of the a-pawn. And after rook a8, bishop c4, just stopping anything coming to g8. Well, Leela was completely tied up, almost setting the pieces up in the box again in actual fact. And, well, you know, Stockfish won very easily. So now, yeah, fast forward to the sub-final, Season 22, and we get this position. It's very, very difficult for Leela, but Leela certainly accelerated things by playing knight c2, queen c2, knight takes e4, queen takes e4, the queen's attacking the pawn on g4, h5, and now can you guess the move that Komodo whacked out? It was indeed the move f6 check, and again, it's a very similar idea, you know, simply opening up the f-file and providing a channel for invasion. King takes f6 was played, rook f1 check, king g7, rook f5, queen c8, rook gf1, f6, and now a great little move, bishop g5. Not difficult, but there's a few lovely points to it. The main idea really is that obviously you can't take on g5 because I've got rook f7 and queen g6. But the other nice idea is that if you go rook f8, which is really the obvious way to defend the pawn on f6, well, take a little moment, how's your puzzle rush? It's bishop h6 check, because after king h6 we've got the beautiful rook h5, king h5 and queen h7 checkmate. Beautiful. So queen d8 played, and well, I mean, this is not great because at any moment White can just take on f6 and get the queen for two rooks. The only thing is, of course, is that you need to have your queen nice and active, ready to jump in afterwards in order to get at the black pawns. So actually what Komodo did was move the queen lovely and slowly back to d2. And now you're going to take on f6, and then at the end you're going to be able to jump into with the queen to g5. And there's a lot of very nice ideas here. So, for example, well, if you go rook g8, for example, just trying to wait, also trying to cover this square so that the queen can't come in, you just got this move, bishop h6, and you're just going to take the pawn on h5. So, for example, king h8, rook takes h5, queen e8, rook ff5. And this is really, really horrible for black. Obviously, if you take on g5, I just go rook f7 check, and then just go queen c2, threatening queen g6. And after rook h6, the nice point is hg, and bishop takes g5 allows rook takes b7. It all fits together. So what did Leela do? Leela played rook a7, but now actually this allowed white to just liquidate straight away and play the move queen f2. Lovely, hitting the king and the pawn on b6. King g6, queen b6. Had to defend the d pawn, and then queen a5. And well, you know, black's got a few chances, but the queen's coming back to d2, round to g5 to attack the king and the pawns, and we've just got some very dangerous queenside pawns here. So Komodo had no problem with the realization. But a really nice game from Komodo there, and yeah, it's a really real case of deja vu with this f6 check break coming after a very long shuffle in a hedgehog. Nice stuff.